So our first piece of Zelda goodness here in 2019 appears to be launching this week. In fact, it might even be a shadow drop, although there potentially could be some social media rumblings about it. For those who don't know, there are two pieces of Zelda game something coming this year that we're aware of. One of those obviously being Link's Awakening. I mean, I keep calling it Link's Awakening Remastered because it's like a remastering or maybe even a full-on remake of Link's Awakening. But they're just calling it Link's Awakening right now. So that's a thing Nintendo's doing here in 2019. Likely not coming out till later this year, maybe summer, maybe fall, who knows, sometime later this year. The other Zelda-related project coming out is Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer, which is a crossover of Crypt of the Necrodancer and The Legend of Zelda. It is the first ever Zelda indie game crossover officially supported and published and basically encouraged by Nintendo. And they might do more of these little indie game crossovers in the future, but we'll have to wait and see. I personally would like to see the Shovel Knight developers crossover with Zelda a bit and maybe take a crack at a new Zelda 2 style game. That being said, the reason that we could talk about Cadence of Hyrule this week is because there is a change on Nintendo of America's game page in the actual code on the page. So if you go to inspect the page and you kind of sift through all the code, you'll come across a bunch of information about, the game, from the ID, which is just, the general ID of the game on Nintendo's back end, the slug for it, the title, Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer, featuring The Legend of Zelda. I guess that's technically the official title. I doubt that's what it's going to be when it launches. Platform on Switch, sale price, which is currently blank, etc. ESRB rating for everyone. But what's interesting is the release date has now been updated. Before, it used to also be blank, and now the release date in the code base on the official Nintendo of America game page says May 30th, 2019, as you are seeing on screen right now. That is awesome. That means that it is releasing this May. Now remember, the title was previously teased as a spring 2019 game. Well, spring is quickly coming to a close. Summer is right around the corner. So the game has to be here soon if it was going to release in spring. Some people maybe thought it might be delayed to the beginning of summer, later in June or something like that. But as of right now, May 30th, 2019 is officially listed on Nintendo of America's website. This is the first real evidence that the game is coming on that date in terms of something more official. There was a Nintendo newsletter that mentioned the game earlier this month as well, although it didn't necessarily confirm it was coming out this month. This is confirmation, however. The 30th is in just 2 days, so while we do have that Pokemon press conference later today, tonight, to be honest, which I will be live streaming, so I hope you guys all tune in for that. What's most exciting about this week is obviously Cadence of Hyrule arriving this week. I mean, a brand new game, an indie crossover like Nintendo's never done before. This is pretty exciting stuff. Now, I have not played Crypt of the Necrodancer, so there are some of you out there that already know how fantastic that game is. So this will be my first time playing that style of game, and I think maybe that's the point, right? The point of these crossovers. It brings more attention to indie games and gets people like me to try an indie game that maybe I wouldn't have otherwise tried. And potentially, if I love this one, maybe I end up going out and buying Crypt of the Necrodancer along with it. The benefits for the indie developer are quite obvious. And the benefits for Nintendo is you get a nice exclusive indie game that is using one of your IPs, which basically means it's going to probably sell really, really well in comparison to other indie games. I mean, I don't know that it would be far-fetched to see Crypt of the Necrodancer, Cadence of Hyrule, whatever here, end up moving over 1 million units on Switch. I don't know that would even be shocking, especially when we finally find out what the price point for this game is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be one of those $4.99, $9.99, $15. I'm not sure what price point's being targeted because it hasn't been announced. But I fully expect at some point this week there'll be a drop on Nintendo's Twitter, Nintendo's Facebook page, Instagram, all that stuff, where they will unveil officially that the game's coming. Don't be surprised if it's a shadow drop that is literally announced the same day that it's dropped. But whatever, Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer appears to be arriving in just a couple of days. So exciting stuff. I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in. You guys let me know what you think of Cadence of Hyrule Crypt of the Necrodancer. Also, let me know what your general thoughts about Zelda coming period this year. We know about, obviously, Link's Awakening. Is that it? Are we going to get anything else Zelda this year? I know there's been people hoping for a Breath of the Wild 2. I don't think that's coming this year. I think Link's Awakening might be a good sign we're not getting anything else, but who knows? Maybe a Hyrule Warriors 2. Maybe there'll be other side games, a new Tingle game. It's been a while since we've had a new Tingle game. Maybe we'll see, Twilight Princess HD and the Wind Waker HD ported over, Skyward Sword, put in HD or something. I don't know. There's a lot of things Nintendo could be working on with Zelda, and we're not going to probably find it all out right now. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Drop a like on this video. Subscribe for more content. Be sure to enter our Nintendo Switch Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Bundle giveaway through the Gleam.io link down in the description. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.